Alright, welcome back. Another day to work on CPU balls. I do want to fix the input reading, flexibility, just to make it feel reasonable. So to do that, I thought about it. I need to stop input reading. Or sorry, stop clearing the inputs. And then on the last input, choose an action before filtering. Which might... I don't know. Input filter, let's just go here first. First off, tab if hit stop dot frames left is greater than 0. So don't resize. And in the resize, I use a while loop. Yes. Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing is process should not run. So process mode should always be running. Tab equals always, and then to counteract that from being always, if hit stop dot frames left. I forgot my microphone's not on the correct thing. There we go. That should be better now. Right there. Done. Okay. Reacts properly now. Okay. Frames left is... So, no, actually first stop. If dot... What else do I have? Okay, sketch tree dot pause. Okay, first off, if it's paused, don't run anything unless it's hit stop. So if it's paused, meaning I'm in frame by frame mode or something like that, and hit stop is not more than 0, return. So if we're not in hit stop, okay, then we do the filter after the choose action. Okay. Filter should be before the stun. Or it should just run during the stun as well. It was before. If we're stunned, nothing should run, probably. Except the input filter. Okay. And then choose action should be before that. I think, right? Which might make sense to do this here. I might ask for like an ordering of this. Okay, so if it's paused, don't run that, and hit stop is not enabled. It's resize and append, so I'm not appending anything, which is the problem here. So actually it would go back. This line would go to the while loop section. So if this is 5, if the array is two things bigger, so 7, push warning. Then we add, this would make it 8. Alright, no, this is 5. We add 1, it's 6 now. While it's greater than, next size should be 5, so I don't think that is really needed to be like that. Right, buffer comes out as 4, which is annoying. Which might be because of how we set it up now. Oh, is it because it's less than or equal to? Oh, okay. So this should be 5, right? Yeah, okay. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from the front. Oh, wait, no, there's one more there. So there's 6. Constantly around 6 away. Okay, that's good. Okay, let me do a frame by frame mode. We attack. Alright. Okay, let me hold an attack. Okay. So then, frame by frame mode is still not working. Maybe it should just not be history.house. This is what I had it for. We do the input filter, and then if it's greater than 0, we would filter. Yeah, no, this can't be here. It can't be here. It has to be after choose action. Okay. Okay. So that should hopefully do what I need, which is when I press during the hit stop, I get something out. So let me adjust the value of the hit stop on the attack to be something obscenely high. Test it 100. Can I go 1,000 or is like my max 100? Yeah, I said max 100. Run it. It doesn't seem to be doing what I want. So why is it? What is this? Okay, ignore this warning if um, hit stop dot frames left greater than 1 or greater than 0. Nope, equals 0. Then we push the warning. Okay, so it just prints out twice, which is significantly more reasonable. Um, it should check the entire input history, right? And choose an action. Right, let me go back to there. Let me try with a special move first. Doesn't seem like it's working. Okay, we choose an action before we filter. So there's a bunch of inputs here. Throughout the entire hit stop process. So it gets to frame 5 which the active hitbox is on. We have the attack, we press some random buttons in there. Those random buttons get put in. The last few inputs are always the same. Okay. We go all the way through. On the very next frame, which is considered cancelable. Oh, yeah. This gets printed first. Yeah. And then first. So it gets reset the moment it unpauses. Okay, what if I change it from 5 to, or the cancel window to 5? If I do that, okay. Okay, so the frozen frame needs to match as well. The frame it freezes on. But that only works for a singular frame. Which is enough for, like, okay, if you make the hit stop small enough or big enough, it cancels really nicely. Um, hmm. And when we freeze it, what's actually happening? We hit, and we decide to hit again. What's the health value of this thing? Stop. Did it take damage? Because if it doesn't take damage, that's another problem. Start of attack. Still at full health? Still at full health. Okay. That means hitbox damage. Um, Control F hits stop. Okay, I'll just ask AI to find where the line is. Okay, where do I call hit stop? Start tween. So if I start the stun without dealing the damage first, I cause a problem. Okay. Lock check 2. Area health dot change health. Area attack damage dot damage. Hmm. Supposedly I deal the damage before I... Wait, it's probably blocking. I should undo this. Verify is blocked, yep. Okay. This is this thing. Which probably isn't. It is not. Okay. Alright, yep, that's helpful. That's good to know. That's good to know. Alright. So damage is fine. Which is great. Input manager. Okay, so now I want frame by frame mode to work. So if frame by frame mode not is dot enabled colon return, right? So okay, if frame by frame mode is enabled, return, and nothing happens at all whatsoever. Which is not exactly correct. No, it's fine. The frame by frame mode worked fine before I said process mode always. So instead, it should be paused if get tree dot paused. Okay, then return it. Unless we are in hit stop mode or frame by frame mode. But frame by frame mode should be and not hit stop dot is dot frames left greater than 0. It's a phrase. Okay. I press and hold a button. Okay. Let me go to frame by frame mode. That's frame by frame mode. Hint. Frame by frame. Always, if it's enabled, the tree equals pause. Okay, so that's just the same thing. I think that would be correct. Then imp manager, if frame by frame mode, enabled. if frame by frame mode is enabled and there's not any frames left in hit stop, so left is less than or equal to 0. Return. That's if it's enabled. But it awaits a frame. So pressing frame 4 doesn't do anything right now. Watching is fine. That can enable frame by frame mode, apparently. And disabling it, just press the frame by frame mode. Okay, that's working on held, isn't it? Yeah, I don't like that working on held. Should not be working on held. Not just if it's paused, it also needs to be frame by frame mode. So if that's enabled, that should be running, right? It is getting hot. Is it cold outside? At the air in? Yeah, it's colder outside. At the air in. Okay. Hmm. So if we have frame by frame mode enabled, hold buttons should work. Unless if frame by frame is enabled, hold buttons should work. But they won't. Okay. Control AC. I'm trying to add the ability to use frame by frame mode without breaking the input for hit stop. I added inputs being read during hit stop, and now I'm trying to make frame by frame mode work again. Work again. Not sure 100% what the solution should be.
Process measuring with time in advance, frame by frame out, inputs right, but still frozen. Fix. Always read inputs regardless of state. Return when unpaused for one frame. Okay. Then the problem of choose action gets a truncated array if input filter is before it. I need it to have input filter run before run after choose action for hit stop to work. So I did use just this. This I'm probably going to need to pay attention to. No input are read from the when frozen and my in the one I gave you. This returns before input filter runs are occurring, which is not active, so inputs are recorded while frozen. Always run input filter before the early returns. And I think I have two different checks actually. But then again, choose action needs to be before it, right? Or because the thing is frozen. You know, that looks right, because when we're unpaused, we check this first. Alright. Yeah. I also had one in here. Right. Yeah, we put them in the return space. Wow, my door is freaking. The wind opened my door. Wow. Yeah, let me just see if this works. Frozen, I flashed. Frame by frame mode seems to be working. That was hit stop. Press and hold seems to be fine. I can advance frame by frame, however I like. And then if I hit stop, I can go into another move during the hit stop. Okay. Was I just not consistent? Let me run it again and just like hold jab, see what happens. Holding jab does nothing, which is what I'm looking for, except in frame by frame mode, it should do it, ignoring the hit stop. Oh, and then I want to check with hit stop. When both hit stop and frame by frame mode are running, does it ever advance by 2 frames? Frame press forward, game unpauses for 1 frame, hit stop, processor runs, decrements frames left in frames left at 0. Hit stop sets paused equals false. Game stays unpaused for an extra frame. Yeah, I knew this was going to be something that's... okay. I just want to make 100% sure that everything is working consistently per frame. Now if I run it, I need to say, in the previous version we saw it freeze and he turned yellow when the freeze was enabled. So his stop stops. He is no longer turned yellow. Next frame he turns yellow, which is wonderful. Okay. That is good. That means I can tune the attacks wonderfully and increase or decrease the frames for it. Now my next question is, okay, how could I extend the array being large for more than a single frame to make cancel windows feel nice and responsive? Cancel window bonus frames. Array max size and hit stop bonus frames equals cancel window frames. If bonus frames remaining is greater than or equal to bonus greater than or equal to 0, return. So during his stop, do not trim and set bonus frames to the cancel frames bonus value. Then keep it from being shrunk by bonus frames. Okay, I like this. Okay. Can you add it to my input manager, but comment it out? And can you improve the documentation comments as well? Can you add it to my input manager but comment it out? Can you improve the documentation comments as well? Here is the most updated version so far. That is the wrong thing, wrong script. Version that is working correctly. Let's see how it ends up documenting it, because it might be good, it might not be. Alright. Simulate button pressing square to release snail buttons that generate. That's not such a true. Checks full motion sequence exists and in interest history and corresponding attack button in the buffer. Searches entire array for a single input value across all frames. Use for attack button buffers, digits, reader, splitter. Question: which version of the input reader is this actually using? Is this the one with the class, or is it just like regular members? What is moveless dot neutral? A number in this case. Okay, so AI code review will probably overwrite that. Resize in this event array. Cancel window. I don't think I saw the. No, whoops. Is there commented out? Yeah, okay. Okay, this should be fine, I believe. Special cancels and comma punctuations. Note a motion sequence must be at least 3 inputs for recency priority to work correctly. First matching entry, dictionary wins instead. That doesn't make any sense, I think. Must be at least 3 inputs. It could be 2 eventually, but I'm gonna just kill that documentation comment. Because it has access to everything, I think it would be able to write the documentation in a very nice way. That this is nicely correct. How does that respond how I want it in hit stop, by the way? I see a single 14 in there from here to here, which I don't know if that's 100. But it's a decent number, so this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 times 4 plus 5 makes sense, even if there's like one off, but alright, maybe, but yeah. Okay. Back to something reasonable. Ooh. Okay, what the heck did I have for my light? So, I believe light kick was also the same values. So I'll just copy those. Or sorry, the low. So I had it set to 24 before, which was stupid, I think. I also have the cancel set to like really stupid numbers. So let me set this to 5 and also 5. Um, I had it set to 19, but that's 16, so fine. Additionally, mm, okay. I should put some things in to-do list actually for like regarding start frame cancels and other stuff. To-do list. Okay. Fix me slash known errors or annoyances. Okay. Fix cancels meaning only on the very first frame when using hit stop. Add bonus frames for input, but history to allow responsive but delayed cancels. For example, I input put on frame 8, but the move gets cancelled on frame 22, where the cancel window is defined okay. Now I have to tune attacks. So first let's run it and just make sure. 1, things feel reasonable. 2, I'm disabling the boss because I'm not using it right now. And Okay. Too much. Probably a lot of too many frames. Also, it's a little bit of an annoying special move motion. This one would maybe be reasonably doable on quarter circle back, but yeah, that's also another thing. Yeah. Okay. Let's try and figure out what is the correct data. Okay. So I want them to go a specific distance in a reasonable amount of time. I want them to go. Let's turn on the grid so I know where I'm looking at. That's 8 pixels. That's 16, so 12 pixels, basically. 12 and that many when I have so few. Okay. Similar to block stun duration. Because right now I'm canceling on literally attack on frame 5. 10 plus 6. So 16, meaning we're like plus 5, which doesn't get a medium, but I'll reduce that to 14, I think. Always on top. Nope, too much. Also because of the hit stop, it's very consistent. That's too many times. In that frame mode. Down, kick. Down, kick. Hold, down, kick. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Okay. Down, kick. I'll hold the correct direction as well. One, 2, 3, 4 misses. That's a distance away. Ay, ay, ay. Is it the right thing to do it as a velocity? Cause like, I need to go frame by frame on like some Street Fighter gameplay. Um, minute 57. Okay. I just want to look at footage that is frame by frame. Can I get like regular jab string? Give me a basic jab string, please. Mm. That's a problem. Because I need to know what the knockback is like and how they did knockback. If I want to tune it properly so I can make the CPU boss's attacks off of the player's attacks reasonably. Gameplay on block. Just go to YouTube. Um, Fighting games pushback. How does pushback work? Amazing. That's a video title that actually sounds like I would care about it. Do you have audio? I'll probably be the only one to hear it as well, since I think desktop is off. Yep, it's just music and it's loud. Do you explain anything? What do you do here? Yeah, I'm just gonna slow down the video because this is something that is maybe gonna help me. I'm muting it. It happens after the hit frame. They are slid what might be hit stop? No, things are moving, so it's not hit stop. But that seemed to be like just the active frames. Basically. They're still sliding back. I don't know if this is the recovery animation and it can still be punished or if it's hmm. That's an interesting balance decision as well. Oh my goodness. Balance decisions. Because this is just this keeps getting bigger. Um push pushback timing. During the active frames. During all recovery or a fixed amount for a fixed duration. A fixed duration. During the active frames or during all recovery or a fixed duration after the active frames. Yeah, let's think about pushback and why it would be designed in this specific way. If it's designed on a fixed amount, that means you can have all the pushback done before you start the next attack, which is probably reasonable and maybe one of the things that they might do. Hmm. I'm thinking about like Aki's um, slide projectile invulnerable jump thing that's an anti-projectile. It's just the move that you use to use anti-projectile. I'm thinking how that one's pushback is. It might still be the same, so actually let's take a look at it then. Aki special Street Fighter 6. Aki special move. One sec. Am I gonna see? Am I gonna see it though? I have doubt of seeing it, but I'll just look for it anyways. Um, Damn it. I'm looking for something specific. Maybe not. Let's just see what happens. Unlock a lot of the time. Okay. Pushback is instant. Only a few frames. What else? That's a clash. I don't care. Also, right after the active frames for a short amount of time. That one's longer. It's a farther distance, but it doesn't look the same amount of time either. I'd have to check. I need a time measurement that's precise. Why can't I go like frame by frame mode or something? Okay, so it starts on 10. The pushback goes. Like, it's halfway through 10, though. It's less than a second, for sure. On hit, there's also some pushback. I can't tell the timing, but it does seem like most of it is done before the move is over. Okay, on block. That had, like, no pushback. That has also not a lot of pushback. Why does Aki's move have so much pushback? Compared to what Ingrid is doing. Maybe because Ingrid can be seen as his owner. Normals seem to have a decent amount of pushback. Clash. That's all on hits. I really am not a big care. They are timing a meeting there. Again, mostly before the animation is over. That has a lot of pushback. Yeah, way before the animation is finished. The pushback is over. But then again, they hit the wall, so I can't tell that fully. Now the pushback is being applied to the oppressor. Oh, you can grab off that? Okay. Builds a lot of super. Uh, Studying pushback is a thing that I'm doing. Okay. Okay. So I think for me, I'll do for this game fixed timing. That's like before the end of recovery. Let's say some 10 frames only. Push attack timing for this game. Um, Fixed timing. That'll make it easier to work with. Since I only need to change the distance. Okay, so let's open the main Godot project. Figure out where the heck I put pushback. So hit back duration, distance. It might be in the hitbox script. Damage on hit audio manager. No. Okay. It's probably in the stun manager actually. Stun manager. Okay. Where are we taking? Stun duration, time and frames, displacement. Okay. Get velocity. Stun duration shall be set to fixed, and there shall be a documentation note. Stun. I mean, no, that's stun direction, not duration. Time and frames. Yeah, no, time and frames should be the thing. That's gone. Okay. Shall be set to a fixed value. Time frames, big int, equals 5. Yep, and then it's unused. It's to a fixed value, but may be changed for some values. Okay, let's see how this ends up feeling like then. They're just gone. Also, sound is muted to me, which is a little concerning, but it's fine. Increase volume. Yeah. So 30 is now way too much. Um, like severely way too much. Let's go with 5, since it's basically all gone by the time I finish the attack. Is 5 just not enough? No, that's 5. What the? Hmm? Hold on. What? This is the low attack. Okay. Let me give this more startup frames just to see what it's like with something reasonable, or with all the distance being gone before you attack. So it still comes out fast. I am working on the right attack, right? Yeah, okay. Did I? Get velocity. Let's see if this is used. Walk back distance. Time. Walk duration. Okay. Velocity. Hit back distance vector. Hit stun duration. Also not used. Hit stun duration. Let me also set that in here to the capital. See if that changes it enough. Okay, absolutely not that one. No, that's the actual thing that's important, that needs to be like that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It comes out. We cancel the same frame it hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is not 5 pixels in 5 frames. No, that is no. Okay. That's a vector. Anytime velocity is called, and anytime this is called. Okay. Alright, so for the first frame, no movement. For the second frame, you move back based on the block distance or vector, or the hit distance vector, for a specific duration, which is currently just set to the constant value. If that's the value is unused, then get time, which is the hit stun duration, keeps them stunned for that many frames, and that also keeps them stunned. Okay, and then we continue stun, etc. What else am I printing that's probably just like not worth it right now? Buffered history, remaining frames in the input manager. There's just a bunch of things I don't need to print right now. That's in the attack manager for remaining frames, or in the stun manager, one of the two. Down kick. I see. It's doing exactly what I did not want it to do. Why the heck is it doing it that way? We're in the stun manager. Remaining duration, yeah, that's find that. Okay, where is remaining duration set? Default air, default stun, yada 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 yada. Is it never set? Are you insane? Oh my goodness, that's the problem. No, I don't track the remaining duration. That's worse. No, that should be here. It equals hit stun duration. Knockdown is fine. If it's basic, it should just end stun. Basic, colon, enter. If remaining duration equals or less than or equal to 0. Colon, end stun. Okay. Now these tweens are related to pushback. The tweens in this function are related to pushback. Time and frames at caps lock. Push back time in underscore frames. Okay. Should be here and here. Heck, I'm just going to remove these. It's going to cause errors everywhere else in this thing. That's fine by me. I really don't care. Okay. Get time. That might do something to the knockdown, which I'm not currently using, but when I had 99 here, I would return 60 divided by 99. Okay. I would set the velocity. Sure. I believe with these I'm trying to like set it. So I don't. Okay. Okay. Now let's take a look at how this hopefully works. Frame by frame mode, down, kick. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stop. 7, 8. Okay, stop moving at 6. Wonderful. Actually wonderful. It is still stunned. That is a problem. Probably because this isn't set. Epic. Okay, let's change this back to what it was before, which was 3 here. Fixed names. Yep, fixed names is fine. Okay, and then the distance here we'll set to, I want it to hit 3 times if we're up front. We have 8 plus, we have 12 divided by 3 is 4. Run it. Well, that didn't work out as I expected. Let's just go with 8 then. Okay, there, agent. Let me just see. Without the grid, I should theoretically be like, yeah, it's 12 pixels. Hmm. Let me see how it's really set up. Okay. Hit 1. 1 hit. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Set. Why is its velocity going up? Okay. Okay. Calculator. I have set the attack of this thing to be 8 back. So it's 8 divided by 5 frames. So that's 5 divided by 60, put brackets. $96. However, over the course of the entire thing, it's not 96. 25.6, some other number, some other number, some other number. Okay, 96. Meaning the stun manager is still not finished correcting this. Um, Gosh darn it, scripts, stun manager. Okay, tweens. Tweens, 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 tweens. Tweens, 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 tweens. We get time. So this increases speed. I'm gonna have to ask between information. Um, it's either that or look at the documentation, but I think this would be faster. Okay, I need caps lock is set for some reason. I need to make a tween be at a max value for its duration so that I can set velocity to 96 for 5 frames. Just information on tweens. From there are some cases where, like in the animation tool, I may want to keep momentum. Okay, I do want to ask this for like a future game, but in Celeste,
You can jump cancel a dash to keep momentum. And between early. Yeah, you guys. I would for a second game. Game wants to implement that, but not now. Okay, dot from get velocity, right? Shares the same name. And I would do the same thing here. Call this instead. Call this instead of that. Okay, and then that should debug it, make it properly work. Wonderful. Now, if this is on top and this is set to 4, I should only ever be able to hit it 3 times. And since I probably have a little bit of flexibility, I can do it that way. And make it very obvious that it doesn't hit. Okay. Cool. 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 Okay. Consistency. This is wonderful. Okay. 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 My ears hurt. Ow. This is a decision. That's a little bit of a concern as well, maybe. I'm not 100% sure yet, neither. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I should stop for now. Still blocks it. But yeah.
crouch jumping. Interesting. What does crouch jumping allow? Aerial attacks have landing recovery, which is a thing. I don't have landing recovery. I have the craziest stuff, which is special cancelable air normal, which is probably stupid. Okay, maybe I just am bad at the game, and yeah, it is invisible, so. Stop, if I hit stop and it's still not enough for me to do this consistently. Oh my goodness. Unmake things invisible. No. Wait, is it theoretically possible? One, one, two, three. I did the wrong thing. One, two, three. Hmm? Hold up, what the heck? Am I just being bad at inputs? What the heck? That's not running for one frame. That's a problem. I'm sorry? Okay, I'm holding it, I'm holding it, I'm holding it. It comes out 6. It comes out on every frame. It shouldn't change every frame. It should just change the one frame. Okay, so that makes my testing literally impossible. Wait, wait. Records inputs which skips all game logic until unpaused. Input filter. If frame by frame mode is enabled, use the hold, resize, and append. Um, Alright, something's wrong at the logic. Okay, if frame by frame mode is enabled, input filter, should it run? No, it should wait until the next input frame that's valid, which is in between. Okay, that looks correct. Frame by frame mode, down kick. Attack buttons are not being pressed or registered. Directions are fine. Attack buttons are not. This uses press, which is correct. I've got tree. Is either this or I have to change it to frame by frame modes thing. Okay. Directions are fine. Attacks are not. Okay. Let's go to frame by frame mode. I don't think I need to do this. I can just keep it enabled so that works. Right. Frame by frame mode is enabled. Attack button is held. Okay, it just doesn't run anymore, ever. If frame by frame mode is enabled, yes. And tree dot paused. Okay, this would probably bring back the problem, including for directions, right?
No? Okay. That was what it was before. That is more incorrect. Okay, that seems like about where we were. Wait, I don't know if it's updating because I'm not checking if I'm not printing it. Input history at the top, not the bottom. I mean, it's updating too much. Okay. Then okay. Yep. Enable frame by frame mode. It is just the input history being printed because it's up here. Okay. But can it be edited? No. Okay. One frame? Nothing. Okay. What if it is get tree.pause? Retry it. Okay. That works. Not the same, which is thing as well. But when it was frame by frame mode and it was enabled, why did this line being here not work when this was also being set to the same value as this one? If it's enabled, trees pause. Okay.
But for some reason, attacks don't work in this case, which makes no sense to me. Oh wait, because it's disabled for a temporary amount of time, it stops. So by having the knowledge that frame by frame mode is enabled the entire time, being separate from if the tree is actually paused, helps. That's really, really, really unfortunate. But directions and attacks work perfectly fine. But yeah, that might be a problem. Um, Command normals and when the direction is in history, which honestly could be some of the one of the things that could be the craziest. Balanced decisions I could also ever make if I decided to make it as a balanced decision. Because oh boy, is that such a weird one. Command will come out when direction is in input history and button is pressed after. Is pressed after. Um, outside of buffered array. Now let's see how far this goes. One press. We wait till it's like near the end of the history, and we press the button, and we get a correction. Oh my goodness. This is... Oh, but our hitbox is still standing. Oh, weird. Evil. Probably because I don't have like hitboxes working as they should. Attacks don't set the hitbox state properly. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. Is that all the bugs? Um, frame by frame mode and hit stop work together. Um, additionally, pushback is now a fixed amount of time with consistent velocity that you could do the math without having to look at the code. It's just velocity. Sorry, it's distance divided by 5. As long as you know that it's 5. But you don't really need to do the math because you can just let it work. Reverse engineering a fighting game at a technical level is so crazy to me. Um, okay. I think that's everything. Yeah, for that. Um, okay. Alright, let's verify how precise this is. Crouching light kick. Okay. Comes out. Another one. Two. Okay. And then a special move. Okay. So other than my failure, let's see how it does. That looks blue to me. So I don't think it was stunned the entire time. Meaning, ground explosion needs to change from that to preferably 9 repetitions. 6 frame buttons. This comes out on in 10 frames. That feels fast. Okay, no, I'm gonna keep it at 11. I want to keep it at 11. Names, okay. +4 is normal. So below, giving you +4. Okay. 5 plus 14 is 19. That's +3. +4 is 15. That's hit stun. Hmm. Two. That is stunned. But it's so tight. I'm a little concerned by how tight it is. So, Let me change the hit stop to 10. Let me change, what else? 10 frames. Let me also change the hitbox with the explosion so I can really see underneath it and stuff. Same with the explosion spray. Let me change its hit stop as well to something really high. Hitbox, hit stop, frames, 150. Just to see what the frame, if I can. Because it's being edited. Restart because it seems I have somehow broken the box. Yeah, okay, that makes perfect. That works for me. Like, it's not hit confirmable, that's for sure. Like, if you're expecting it, yes. Feels hit confirmable when you actually do a string of it. Yeah, that's just behind. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's set this back to. Okay, I think 10 frames is fine. I don't even know how many frames they have in Street Fighter. This thing should not be 50. It's the minimum hit stop number I could have. That's not unreasonable. 5 beam special move cancels are really easy, are very doable inside. Um, or sorry, they're doable inside. Anything less than 3 means it can't have a special move. Anything less than 6 means it can't have a super. Um, at least not in a reasonable cancel window. Hmm. Okay, let's just fix jab and copy the data from this one. So copy, hitbox dab, data jab. Come on. No, okay, let's do it in player agent then.
Nice. Cabin law, okay. You, 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 unlink. This one's mid. Okay. It's reasonable. Okay, is that everything to make, like, combos feel reasonably doable? How does jab combo doing it feel? Oh, I think those bonus frames matter. For the input system that we have commented out. Bonus frames. And of course they are not freaking tabbed. No, wait, no, they are tabbed. They're off by one space level. Yeah, there's 5 bonus frames. Let's see how it feels. That feels consistently more consistent. It just feels more consistent. Um, I don't think the hitbox and hurtbox go the same distance for each of these attacks, so that's a concern. Left button jab, scene 2D. Might be 1 pixel, might be more. It's 12 wide for this. The low is also 12 wide. It's like a few pixels of difference. And I think it's by the positioning, because this is placed on a half. This is placed on a different location. Okay. Grid. Okay. No. its position. Well, right, that's on a half. Right, it starts and ends at 16. This one does not start and end at 16. This one starts here. This has to go back to this is 12. Remove this. 1, 2. Grid lines. That matches now. Wait, what? Okay, that's now even. Excellent. Okay. Then there's these two. I move a shorter distance here, but I don't know where the placement of the hitboxes are. So the up button strong. This is placed at the edge of 24, and this is placed at the edge of. My goodness, so much farther. Oh yeah, now these have a significant visual difference. So yeah, 4 more pixels of visual difference. Okay, that's fine. The low is the farthest reaching normal. Um, and then again, we move forward with all of these. The low was nice. And then the fireball. Sorry, it makes it 24. No, this is 28. Explosion. The explosion reaches all the way out to almost 40. I really think it should be 40. One pixel, the sprite as well, 1 pixel. Okay, and then if we check the line, it is not, no such thing as shape. And a half, okay, 32. 22. Reason, thank you. I don't like this half measures thing. It hits below the floor a tiny bit. Use local space.
If I disable snap to guides, do I need to deal with the annoying? Yes, I still need to deal with that. Alright, now, pixel snapping, yes. Pixel snapping, please. What is this? This is grid snap. Can I disable grid snap? Alright, that is wonderful. That is the best way. Okay, that is good. That means I can enjoy actually editing things by the pixel. Alright, the sprite as well. Oh, boy. Of course not. Okay. So I think I've tuned enough of the things to make things consistent, easy to use, predictable. Uh, so tomorrow we make sure the combos are consistent, workable. I should write down some consistent values to use as like, okay, min hit stop, min for some things, core game values, um, code values. Hits done, push back, 5, hit stop, cancel, 10, or cancel, attacks. I don't actually know if I want this here. Okay. I'm gonna end stream. Need a rest because I'm still sick and it doesn't seem to want to disappear permanently. So